At first base, we have Jade Snyder. At second base, Taylor Reedhead. Shortstop will be Natalie Nichols. Third base will be McKay Wilson-Hume. In left field will be Rachel Rideout. Center field, I believe, will be Sydney Vadrine. And in right, who do we have in right today?
I imagine it'll be Steph again.
Stephanie Nagel in right field. So that means Elise Bush will probably be the designated hitter.
She is. Batting the 4-hole again.
And the first game, South Summit won in 5 innings. A score, I believe, was 12-0.
Yes.
And South Sevier, I believe, beat, was it Delta?
They did come back and beat Delta in the late rally.
9-5, I believe.
That is correct as well.
All right. Memory's not too bad. So we're about to get away here. The first of the 5 o'clock games. The rest are still on a little delay on the fields, but we're pretty quick here on championship field number 3. Hannah Jo Peterson takes the mound, ready to deliver the first pitch. Up first for South Sevier is Brielle
Chisholm.
Here's the pitch. Hard ground ball, foul. Beautifully played by Wilson-Hume, even though it's a foul ball, for strike 1. That's just the way Hannah wants to start out her game. So the rain is holding up right now. We have some dark clouds. I saw the coaches looking in the sky. They were pretty optimistic that we're going to get this one in. That ball is in there, a little inside for a ball. So 1-1 is the count to Chisholm. This game being brought to you by Wildcat TV, courtesy of All West and KSL. Hannah Beans, the pitcher, with her third pitch. Looks like she kind of hit that one off her hip a little bit as she's rubbing her hip. So anyway, that'll be a first batter on base for South Sevier. That'll bring up the number 2 batter, Sammy Lindgren. Here comes the pitch. She bunts it beautifully to third base. Wilson-Hume fields it with her glove, throws her out at first. Nice play there as Reedhead is covering the bag from second base. Actually tries to get the runner at second after that, who took a nice little turn as Natalie Nichols was covering second. Great job by the defense, everyone hitting their positions. But South Sevier with a runner in scoring position with 1 out, bringing up the number 3 hitter, Brooke Gaylord. Change up from Peterson, it looked like, in there for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Right down the pipe. Must have been a little low. Ball 2.
A little too liking for the ump. 2-0. Tries to paint the inside, misses inside, not liking it.
3 balls, no strikes to the batter. Runner in scoring position for South Sevier. Looking to get another runner aboard. Squares to bunt, probably just taking the 3-0 pitch, as she does. Called for strike 1 as Peterson gets that one up a little bit. So that moves it to 3-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch, inside, ball 4, 2 runners aboard. 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Jadalyn Swalberg. So South Summit in a little danger here. South Sevier looking pretty optimistic for them. Here's the pitch from Peterson. Another inside pitch, ball. So Hannah having trouble on that inside corner.
Looks like she's asking where it's at. And the umpire is explaining to Desmond what is going on. They appear to be a little inside from our view.
Desmond set up on the inside corner. That one's right over the middle. They're going to take the force out at first as they ground back right to Peterson. So second out, runners advance to second and third. That'll bring up the number 5 batter, Cassidy Hunt. I don't have any positions on South Sevier, so we're going to have to try and get them as the game goes along. But Cassidy Hunt is now up with 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Top of the first, Peterson delivers the pitch. Little inside, ball 1. So Peterson all over that inside part of the plate where it's where you want to be as a pitcher's on the inside. Just needs to move it over about an inch. If she does there, it'll be called for strike one. So number 2, Brooke Gaylord on second. Number 11, I believe, Sammy Lindgren on third.
Nope, Sammy's out.
Oh, Sammy's out.
I think we have Brachelle, the leadoff,
Ah,
is standing at third as we speak. Got a 3-1 count.
Hunt looking to do some damage here. Put the ball in play. Here comes the pitch from Peterson, and she hits a ground ball right side of the field. Foul ball, strike 2.
Got yourself a full count.
Full count, 2 outs, 2 on. 0-0 ball game, top of the first. Peterson about to deliver the payoff pitch. She looks up into the sky as the wind picks up a little bit and the sky's gray. Here comes the pitch. Up high, ball 4. So bases are now loaded for South Sevier. Desi Wolstenhume goes out to talk to Hannah, who's smiling, understanding she's just missing by a little bit on the inside. She can correct it. The batter, number 3 for South Sevier, Kenley Wanless, getting some last-minute instruction from her first base coach.
Now to plate number 3, Kenley Wanless.
Very dangerous position here for South Summit as the bases are loaded. Here comes the pitch. And it's a fly ball right to Taylor Reedhead. Nice little line drive. Little hop. Didn't even know if she needed to get the third out of the inning, and no damage is done as South Sevier leaves 3 runners aboard. It'll bring us to the bottom of the first. This timeout will be brought to you by Sam Aplenop of Discovery Properties. Make sure you see him for all your real estate needs. This timeout is brought to you by Sam Aplenop of Discovery Properties. Sam is your local real estate expert. Let him help you buy or sell property. Call or text him at 435-901-0720 for all your real estate needs.
I think they just turned the lights on. That's all.
Here we go to the bottom of the first.
On and off. We don't need them yet.
Batting first for South Summit Wildcats will be number 9, the shortstop, Natalie Nichols. I haven't seen who's pitching for South Sevier. Hopefully we can get her number pretty soon.
Lindbergh, I believe it's the same pitcher as earlier.
Same pitcher as earlier?
Yep.
Lindbergh, you said?
Sammy Lindbergh.
All right.
Or Lindgren, sorry.
Lindgren. And she pitches strike 1. Lindgren number 2, huh?
Yep.
So, good start for Lindgren to throw the first one in for a pitch. As Natalie usually takes the first pitch every time I've seen her bat. Here comes the second one. Natalie tries to lay down the bunt, and it is a foul ball for strike 2. So quickly behind in the count is Nichols. Lindgren quickly up in the count. Wind is picking up. Skies are gray. Natalie is about 4 or 5 feet outside of the box before she even swings. I don't know how you can concentrate on something like that, but she's very good at it. Here's the pitch. And she hits one right to second base, sharply to second baseman. And she is safe. She's beaten out that throw. Amazingly quick out of that box is Nichols. I don't know how she hit that sharply to the second baseman, who fielded it as clean as could be. The coach is out there arguing it, and the field umpire says, no, she is safe. Let's play ball.
That's tough to get her. Like I said, if she hits it on the ground and it hops more than once or twice, there's a good chance her little feet are picking them up and putting them down, and she's going to be there.
Next batter is Hannah Jo Peterson. Outside, ball 1.
Catcher's got to be very awake as Natalie, as we were speaking early, stole 2 bases on 2 pitches in the last game, giving her a perfect record of 20-20 on the base path. So we'll see if she's looking to go. And she takes off. She's there and standing up before the tag is. She's got some speed.
He sure does. So now the runner in scoring position for the Wildcats with no outs. Peterson, who's hit a home run and a double in the first game, looking to help out her own cause here with one swing of the bat. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball.
She's got a 2-1 count working her way. Always nice to have Natalie on in front of you, a little confidence builder. Knowing if you hit it somewhere, she's probably going to score.
Foul ball, strike 2.
Hannah fights one off in on the hands. We've got a 2-2 count.
Here comes the pitch. In the dirt. Runner tries to steal. She does.
Changeup bounced right on the chalk line. Looked like the chalk just scattered.
And I think Natalie saw that that was a changeup and it was not a fast pitch and decided to take off. What brilliant base running by number 9, Nichols.
Yeah, she did take off a little later than normal.
And Peterson hits a line drive right off the fence. She's going to go in for a stand-up double as Nichols easily scores from third base, and the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead from their 1-2 speedy batters, Natalie Nichols and Hannah Peterson. That'll bring up McKay Wolstenhume, the third baseman, with Hannah standing on second with her double. That would be Hannah's, I believe, maybe 12th double of the season, if not more. Hannah goes to steal the base. That's going to be close. She stole a base because she realized the third baseman was playing up for the bunt and stands up there as the catcher throws it down. The third baseman wasn't even close to the bag, and Hannah just slowly walks in there for the stolen base.
I believe I've called a bunt and run, or show bunt and run, as McKay showed the bunt to suck that third baseman in. Hannah's stealing home on a pass ball, and she's there. Steals home, slides in. She's going to go get herself ready to come back out and pitch in the next inning. Leaving McKay with a clean slate to start over and start another rally for the Wildcats. We've got a 2-run lead on Hannah and Natalie both scoot on in.
2-0. There's still no outs, right, Hayden?
Correct. No outs. Third batter of the inning. The first two have managed to work their way around as McKay fouls off another pitch. And that gives us, I can't remember if we called the first pitch a strike or a ball, and he's not going to show us. McKay battles another one off, so she's got at least 2 strikes on her.
That's right.
We're not sure where we're at with the balls. Got some parents in the background giving the coaching.
2-2.
2-2 count.
Always parents giving coaching, right?
That's what they're there for.
Here comes the pitch. And McKay waits on that changeup, puts it into right field between the first and second baseman, and keeps the rally going for the Wildcats with a nice single.
McKay, a very disciplined hitter, sits back on that changeup, saw it coming, reloaded, and drove it through the gap to the right side as she was already halfway through her step. Thinking it was going to be faster, had time to reload and drive one for a single into the right side gap. Great piece of hitting.
Elise Bush hits a bomb going deep to right center for a 2-run home run. Great time for Bush's bat to come alive as she didn't get any hits in the first game, but she comes out swinging in the second game to give the Wildcats a 4-0 lead.
Again, for your certificate for a free hot dog. Congratulations, Elise.
No doubt about that one, huh, Hayden?
As soon as that was off the bat, we thought it was high enough and it was long enough. That's a home run.
For Elise, that'll be her 4th home run on the season. Great time to have it in the quarterfinal game. I think this is the quarterfinal game.
This would put them into the semis.
All right.
Or would it?
I don't know. That's why I say think. Then I can't be wrong.
Yeah, I just say stuff and then I realize I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sure we'll find it. That'll put them into the...
Nope, this is not the quarterfinal. Tomorrow would be the quarterfinal game.
Yep. So we'll put them into the quarterfinal.
There we go.
That's what we were saying. It might have just been a little static, didn't come quite through.
That's
quite
exactly
clear.
what happened. That's why I invited you here, Hayden.
That's right.
Here's the pitch to Reedhead.
2 pitches, and I think both of them were in the dirt.
I got this. Go get him an umbrella. It's in the charge. Yeah, it's got a cord to it. It's in the van. Okay. So if you want to get it, you can. Get him an
Taylor Reed takes another ball in the dirt. That's 3 balls and no strikes. Now, with the way she was hitting the ball earlier today, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bowen throw the green light at her and let her swing away. He doesn't, says take it, and she takes one right down the middle. Got a 3-1 count to Taylor Reed Head, no outs, and the Wildcats on her restarting a rally here. Ball 4, take your base. Taylor Reed Head hustles on down to first, having herself quite the tournament as she has reached base safely every time she's come to the plate, I believe.
Well, that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Rachel Rydalt, the left fielder. South Sevier still has not gotten an out yet here on the Wildcats. Everyone's reached base safely. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Just missed that one as Rachel was right on it. Just couldn't quite get all the way on it.
Here comes the pitch. And Reedhead safely steals the base with the catcher not even attempting to throw down there as the Wildcats move another runner in scoring position. Now Rachel Rydalt just needs to do her job, put the ball in play, see what happens.
A lot of speed out there on the base paths with Rachel, or with Taylor, pardon me. Anything that, ooh, wow. Heads up Desmond in the on-deck circle.
That was hit sharply foul, huh?
There's this thing they call weight on it, and she definitely didn't wait on it. She got that one as soon as possible.
That was a good pitch there by Lindgren.
Anything into the grass should be all right because it's going to come in awfully wet. The throw should be pretty tough to make for the outfield.
Raining pretty good out there now. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. So that'll move it to 2-2, no outs. Runner in second, 4-0. Wildcats on top of South Sevier.
Rachel Rydalt digs in.
The pitch from Lindgren. And it's a bomb to left field, not far enough, but it goes right to the left fielder who catches it cleanly for the first out of the inning. Nice piece of hitting there by Rydalt. She hit a line drive, made good contact with the bat. Unfortunately, there's 9 defensive players out there, and she hit right to one of them.
I believe that was Jared Anderson out there in left field making the catch.
Good job, Anderson. That'll bring up Desi Wolstenhume. The only change in the Wildcat defense is Wolstenhume coming in the second game. As the first game, the catcher was Tyler James.
Desmond, I believe, one of the only juniors on the entire roster.
If the only junior, right?
Possibly. And she alternates with Tyler quite often, just to keep them both fresh. Foul ball.
So the fact that South Summit has 8 seniors on the team, if they want to do anything and make some noise in this tournament, this is the year for them to do it.
Absolutely.
They only have 1 senior next year. It'll be a lot tougher.
You lose 8 of your 9 starting positions to players. That is going to be tough. Taylor takes third on a pass ball, standing up, almost slips off the bag. They're probably getting pretty wet out there. She managed to keep her balance and stay on there. So Desmond's got a runner in great scoring position right there on third. And she has a 2-1 count.
1 down. And she hits a ground ball right up the middle. That's going to score the run. As the first baseman dropped the ball and picked it up in time. But not before the RBI scores. And the Wildcats add 1 more run. So it's now 5-0 with 2 outs, bringing up Stephanie Nagel. All right, is that Stephanie out there,
That
Hayden?
sure is, Steph. Number 4. Steph Nagels watched the first one in the dirt as it rolls away from the catcher. Steps out of the way, ball 1.
Now batting number 4, Steph Nagel.
2 outs now. 5 runs across for the Wildcats. Probably just the way Mr. Bowen would have liked his first inning to go. Steph Nagel stares in, watches the second pitch. Little up for her short little strike zone. It's a tough little shoebox to hit there if you're pitching to her. And she's a very patient batter. She usually does a really good job of drawing quite a few walks, as it is extremely hard to throw a strike in there. She has a 3-0 count. Mr. Bowen probably going to give her the take sign here to try to start another 2-out rally. We'll see what he decides to do.
Here's the pitch. Oh, she hits it right between the legs of the third baseman, gets on the bag. I think that will be an E5. But the Wildcats will take it. Any way to get on is a good way to get on. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter,
Next batter, number 8.
Sydney Madreen.
Yep.
So the Wildcats getting through the lineup completely right here, batting 9 batters. Or are they batting 10?
Batting 9.
Batting 9. Are you even allowed to bat 10?
I don't think so.
No.
Back in T-ball you could.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Choose
used
your
to.
fastest runner and let them run all the way around.
That's right.
And our team, that'd be a tough decision. We got quite a few fast runners. Ooh, Sid dodges that one. Great game of dodgeball. She's still in. 2 balls, no strikes. Steph Nagel waiting at first for a little something to do. Top of the lineup will follow Sydney if she can get on.
South Sevier not wanting that to happen. And Sydney takes a big
Sid
cut
with a
for strike.
2 balls, 1 strike to Sydney. 2 outs in the bottom half of your first inning.
Foul
Sydney.
ball, strike 2.
Two and 2 the count. Sydney puts one up high in left center gap. Center field chasing, calling it off. Left field calls it off and makes the snag right at the last second to retire the Wildcats in the bottom half of the first inning. Wildcats with 5 base hits in that inning and 4 runs off of a 2-run shot from Elise Bush to give the Wildcats a 5-0 lead.
This TV timeout will be brought to you by Gateway Dentistry. Dr. Eamon Pitt out in South Summit and Camas, all the surrounding areas. If you need a good dentist, go ahead and see him. He'll take care of all your dentistry needs. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Dr. Eamon Pitt at Gateway Dentistry in Camas, Utah. Dr. Pitt has a very simple business philosophy. Be honest, inform each patient so they know their options, keep each patient as comfortable as possible, and provide high-quality work. I've heard nothing but good things about Dr. Pitt. Make sure you come see him for your dentistry needs.
And we're back. Top half of the second inning. Hannah Peterson still on the mound. Or in the circle, I guess. And she hits that right in the left hand. And Jaron Anderson is on with a hit by pitch.
Next batter, number 14, Kelsey Peterson.
That brings up Kelsey Peterson for South Sevier. 1 pitch, 1 hit batter, and 1 runner on first now.
That's how Hannah started the last inning too, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe she's sitting a point. I don't know. She was licking her fingers like it slipped a little bit. One on 1 count to Kelsey Peterson. Runner on first. Pitch on the way. Hannah with a great changeup. Got her to swing through one. 1 and 2 now. Just missed the corner. 2 and 2's your count. Misses outside again. 3-2. And she slaps it foul ball down the third base line. Another full count coming at you. Hannah Peterson trying to battle back in this count and get an out.
I need you to go tell to try when they're pitching to a batter to get both the batter and the pitcher in the shot at the same time.
Runner at second is Jaron Anderson. And that'll bring up number 33, center fielder, Ashley Mills.
Sorry, Aiden, I think I turned down the wrong mic right there.
Oh, that's all right.
At bat number 33, center
33 tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it straight back. Looked like they had the bunt and run on as Dez was standing up ready to throw her out at third. But Ashley was able to get a hand on that ball. Second pitch is on its way. Inside corner. Call the ball. 1-1. 1-1, 1 out. Steve Reich, 2. Gonna throw someone right by her. And that'll leave us at a 1-2 count in Hannah's favor here. Fouled off to the right side. Just caught up to that one. Ashley Mills battling her way, staying alive. 1-2 count. 1 down. Runner on second. South Sevier looking to get something started here. Hannah with the changeup. Steve Reich, 3. Looking. And that is the first out, or second out of the inning. Hannah with the backwards KO on the 9 hitter will take us back up to the top of the order. Brielle Chisholm. And she got hit by a pitch last inning. I'm sure she has that in the back of her mind. And Hannah throws a nice rise ball way up and out of there. Brielle digs in. Hannah stares down, gets her pitch, and she sends it on its way. Brielle gets a hold of it. It's on its way right up to me. Oh, and just over my reach. That'll give us a 1-1 count as Brielle tried to get all of that one and just barely got the under half of it. 2 down. Hannah throws another one, and it hops on her. And it sounds like Manti just hit a home run for a grand slam, actually. There's a hit from Brielle, and they're going to send the runner. And Brielle's going to stand up with a double. That'll score 1 run as Jaron Anderson works her way all the way around the bases after getting hit by the pitch. And she scores to get the South Sevier Lady Rams on the board. 1 for them. Brielle with a good hard hit down the left line. McKay couldn't quite get to it. And then it got out in the grass and got a little wet. As Rachel was trying to pick it up and throw it in, it slipped out of her hand a couple times and allowed the runner to get to second. Ball in the dirt. As Hannah throws one by the catcher, and the base runner takes third. Ball 1 to Sammy Lindgren, the opposing pitcher. Hannah with the Steve Reich, 1. Sammy Lindgren watching that one, didn't like it, thought it was a little high. That one's hit, and it's high enough, and it is out of here. Home run, Sammy Lindgren. Solo shot. Or no, 2-run shot, sorry.
Congratulations, Sammy Lindgren, on your hot dog home run.
As that'll put the game 3-5 for the Wildcats. As Hannah Peterson gives up a home run. That'll bring up to bat now number 2, Brooke Gaylord.
Number 2, right fielder, Brooke Gaylord.
Hannah tosses in a strike there for the first pitch. Hannah get a foul. The second pitch off to the right side for the 0-2 count. Early count here. Expect Hannah to work around the strike zone here on these next couple pitches. As she throws another one right down the middle. And Brooke fouls it off to the right side. Still an 0-2 count. Still a favorable count if you're the pitcher. We've got 2 down. The score is actually 5-3.
5-3?
Yep. And he gets her. Rings her up on the third strike inside corner. But the damage was done. They got South Sevier rallies up 3 runs that inning on a 2-run home run shot from Sammy Lindgren. And Ashley Mills, nope, not Ashley Mills. It was Brielle Chisholm with the 2 RBI double.
This TV timeout will be brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop in Heber City, Utah. This timeout is brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop in Heber City, Utah. A great little fly shop with a great staff. They make you feel like royalty every time you come in. They have all the gear you need and some of the best flies in Utah. They offer top-notch guide trips on the Green River in Wyoming, Strawberry River in the Uintas, as well as my favorite fishery, the Provo River. Provo is one of the best trout rivers in the Rocky Mountains. Make sure you come by and see Fish Heads to get all your gear. So here we are, the bottom of the second inning. Wildcats back to the top of their lineup. Natalie Nichols will be leading off. It's a 5-3 softball game.
Batting first, shortstop number 9, Natalie Nichols.
Lindgren, she the one that hit the home run in the last inning?
She is
pitching. Nichols lays down a beautiful bunt. No way is anybody going to throw her out. And she is aboard safely for the second time. And the second time up. So she is 2 for 2. Up next will be Hannah Peterson.
Don't be surprised to see Natalie take off once again over there on the first base line.
Here's the pitch.
And she's gone.
Peterson
Hannah as well.
lays down the bunt. She runs it out as well.
Natalie will take third on the overthrow to first. Going to pretend around to go to home, but she's not quite that fast, Mr. Bowen. Luckily stops her there before she can run through that stop sign. And Hannah Peterson advances the runner and reaches on a single as well. Now you got McKay, another solid bat in the lineup. Coming up with 2 runners in scoring position as soon as Hannah probably takes first or second on this play. Looking to see Hannah run here, maybe see if they try to talk him into throwing to second. They do, but she comes in. Well played by Natalie out there at third to freeze and not get caught in a pickle. There they are for you, McKay.
You wonder how many times Natalie Nichols has seen that fake throwdown.
And pretty sure every time her and Hannah are both on the corners, she sees it.
Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball.
Bowen gives McKay that take 1 pitch, please, for me. And Hannah's going to take second, get her in a spot where he can score her. And then he tells her to swing away.
Well, here's McKay, and she hits a ground ball right to the third baseman. Nichols goes back to third.
She's going to be safe over there. Hannah's taking off to third. Got a late jump. Made it on the toss. And the first baseman dropped the throw from third base as McKay reached safely.
Reaches safely on the error. Not what South Sevier needed with those Wildcat runners aboard. They needed that out. Anyway, Wildcats put another one on the board. Now 6-3. That'll bring up
Elise Bush, who hit a home run in her last at bat. She saw no pitches, took the first one she saw and cranked it over the fence, and she was thinking the same thing that time.
fouls it off right behind the catcher for strike one. So Woolston-Hume on first, Peterson on third, Bush at bat, 6-3 ball game. Here's the pitch, up high. Woolston-Hume goes to steal the bag. She gets herself in a pickle. And they try to throw out Peterson. Great running by the Wildcat base runners to have everybody safe. Peterson saw that Woolston-Hume was in trouble. She gets off the bag, draws the throw over the third base, gets back to the bag in time, puts Woolston-Hume on second base. Great play by the Wildcat base runners.
Wildcats looking out for each other on the base path as McKay was dead in the water. And Hannah drew a throw to third. And McKay quickly advanced right behind her. Elise takes a good cut. Swings over it. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Elise Bush at the plate. Taylor Reedhead in the on-deck circle. And Elise crushes it. It's going to be out of here. That's her second home run of the day. That's a 3-run shot. She goes right over right field, and her bat is heating up.
I don't know if you saw what I saw, Hayden, but I saw McKay Woolston-Hume on second base giving at least some type of sign saying, look out for this pitch.
I did see that. McKay showed her right where the mitt was set up as the catcher, and Elise turned on it and took it right where she was supposed to. Elise Bush, back-to-back home runs. What
great teamwork by the Wildcats there and all those plays. And that's what it takes to move far in a championship like this, is you got to play together as a team. You don't need to have one big star. You need to have a bunch of people that can play ball.
And the Wildcats definitely are in that boat.
Well, it's now 9-3. That'll bring up a new pitcher for South Sevier. Let's see if we can get who that is. That's number 11. Let's see if Hayden can figure that out.
No, number 11 should still be Sammy.
Here's a new pitcher, right? She's wearing 11, right?
Yeah, she's wearing 11. So maybe Sammy wasn't pitching the first inning.
No, we're going to have to go with that.
Sammy is now. So we'll figure out who was pitching for him in the first. Because I had Sammy pitching the first inning. And I'm not sure who we have or what we have going on.
Well, either way, doesn't matter. I feel bad we didn't announce it right to South Sevier. We'll try and figure that out. We apologize. It's never fun to be called the wrong person, especially for all her family and friends who are watching at home. Anyway, number 11 is now pitching. And she gets a strike on Reedhead. So a good way for her to start her game is for a strike. So the count is 0-1 with no outs. Here's the second pitch, up high for a ball.
But that is definitely not the same pitcher, is it?
No, it is not. She took warm-up pitches. You know, it would have been nice if South Sevier gave us the positions. They didn't give us that, so it's really not all our fault, Hayden. We just do the best we can for volunteer work.
That's right.
So Reedhead is now ahead on the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wildcats up 9-3, bottom of the second inning. And that's going to call for strike 2.
When we find out who is pitching for you, we will let you know. Taylor Reedhead stands in with a 2-2 count. No outs, no runners anywhere. And she hits one to the third baseman. It's through the gap in the third short. And the left fielder takes it off of 1 hop on that grass. And Taylor Reedhead's continuing with a perfect state tournament on from the plate.
Next batter for South Summit, number 3 left fielder, Rachel Rideout.
Rachel Ridealt's up next for South Summit.
Rachel flew out on her first at bat on a high pitch up in the upper half of the strike zone to the left fielder. And she will stand in here to face Lindgren. She tries to lay down a bunt, just not quite enough bat on it. Taylor Reed had a good jump. She was well on her way to second. And we'll take a strike for Miss Rachel.
So, pitcher giving directions to her infield, saying plays at second, expecting to get a ground ball here. Here comes the pitch. Pop-up foul for another strike.
Right back here at us. And it's right back there towards field 1. Rachel's dug herself a nice hole here. 0-2. 2-strike hitter though, easiest time to hit. You know you just got to swing. Nothing tricky.
Reedhead looking to advance on first base. She gets the signs from Coach Bowen. She does go. Gets a late jump. She's going to and she is nailed out of there. Excuse me, by the catcher, number 8. I believe that is
Jadalyn Swalberg.
Great throw by her. My favorite play in baseball, but probably in any sport, is for the catcher to throw or steal on the base. Glad I got to see that today. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike
Rachel
3.
Rideout with the K.
So 2 back-to-back pitches, 2 outs. Wildcats quickly down to their last out in this inning. That brings up Desi Wolstenhume.
Desmond got a sacrifice infield hit. Her last at bat. And she turns on the first pitch and fouls it off through her legs. 0-1 is her count for Des. Her last at bat, she hit one down third base line. And Taylor froze for a minute till the throw and then scored on the throw. Got a 1-1 count to Desmond. She stands in. Sammy takes her sign, loads, and here comes the pitch. Just a bit upstairs. Ball 2. Desmond's instructions are pretty simple from Coach Bowen. Just get yourself on base, and then we'll work from there. She fouls another one straight back right into our microphone. Got our cameraman to jump a little bit, wake him up a little. That's what we like to see. He's still awake down there. That's good. They've done a lot of games. They're doing a great job down there. We appreciate their help. Rachel decides to foul one straight up again. Or not Rachel, Devin, pardon. For a 2-2 count, 2 outs, 9-3 lead for the Wildcats. And the pitch is on its way. Change up, outside and high, whole count. Sammy Lindgren battling with Desmond Wolstenhume. Count is full, payoff pitch on its way. Desmond drives it through the left field gap, a huge hop. Left fielder takes it, throw overthrown, back towards the first baseman there to back it up. And Desmond reached safely with a great single through the left side.
That'll bring up Stephanie Nagel, number 4, the right fielder. Looks like Desi will have a pinch runner in Nicole Fitzgerald.
Yep, probably your speed up runner for Des as she is catching. Kind of keep that game moving a little bit, let her get some of her gear on. Steph Nagel, her last at bat, she hit one through that exact same gap Desmond just chose on a 3-0 count. She won't have the chance on a 3-0 count this time as she takes ball 1 for a strike. Nicole Fitzgerald, like we said, took the place of Desmond on first. And Steph Nagel stands in the box, down a strike. Digs in. Oh, looks at one. Nicole takes second on the pass ball. The changeup appeared to get away from Sammy. And we've got a runner in scoring position for Stephanie Nagel. 1 ball, 1 strike.
On those bases as well.
Yeah, Nicole gets around really well. Young runner, so I mean she's still going to see a few different things you got to be aware of, but for the most part she does a great job. Steph fouls one off straight down to the dirt. 1-2 count. Bowen urging everything he can out of his players here, trying to get some more runs on the board, help his defense out. Steph watches one a little too high for her. Like I said, she's got a really small strike, so not standing much over 5 feet, I'd imagine. Stands in that box and shrinks a couple inches. 2-2 count, 2 down, runner on second. Swings through it, strike 3, batter's out, and that'll be 3 down. The Wildcats push across another 4 runs, strand a runner on base, and we are heading to the top of the 3rd inning.
This TV timeout will be brought to you by Wasatch Golf Course in Midway, Utah. What a beautiful place to play. This timeout is brought to you by the well-known mountain and lake courses at Wasatch Mountain State Park. They are consistently ranked among the most popular, affordable, and scenic in Utah. Nationally, Golf Digest rated Wasatch Mountain as one of Utah's best places to play, giving the facility 4.5 out of 5 stars. At an elevation of 6,000 feet tucked away in Midway, Utah, golfers enjoy cooler temperatures during summer months. The fall colors in late September to early October are truly a sight to behold. Book your next round of golf at one of Wasatch's iconic courses.
And we're back. Top of the third inning. Hannah Peterson still in the circle, pitching for the Wildcats. And she will be going to number 8, Jadalyn Swalberg. First pitch, strike. That's Wildcats.
Foul ball out of play for strike 2. So Peterson quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Peterson let up 3 runs in the last inning with a couple hits and a home run. Trying to work a little better this inning, and she gets another foul ball out of play. Count stays 0-2.
0-2 to Jadalyn Swalberg, who grounded out right back to Hannah Peterson in the first inning.
So the winner of this game, just so everybody is aware, has changed. They will play at 10 a.m. tomorrow, not 2 p.m. The UHSAA has made the decision to move the tournament up a couple hours to try and beat the rain out. Here's the pitch from Peterson, inside for a ball.
Hannah's working that inside corner, trying to get it like they had the first game. That umpire was awfully friendly in the inside corner of the first game. This guy not liking it quite as much as the first guy. That's a shot.
Wow. That looked like Bryce Harper hitting that ball. That ball was rocketed foul over the third base line. And is not going to want to throw that pitch again. So we got a 2-2 count, 9-3 ball game. South Summit on top of South Sevier. South Sevier trying to get back in it. They're a leadoff batter of the third inning. Here comes the pitch from Peterson. And she hits a rocket going left field. Looks like Rydalt's moving over to make the catch. And she does. We could not see from here, but
I don't think she did.
The umpire put the...
She did not make the catch.
Didn't make the catch?
Nope.
Oh, he made the foul sign, not the out sign, huh?
Yep. And
just a little out of Rydalt's reach. But that's the second hard foul ball. She's hit to the left side, so Hannah's going to want to change her placement of this pitch.
See if she throws that changeup. Nope, still no trust in the changeup yet. Throws another one in the dirt, and we've got ourselves a full count. Hannah has had a few walks and a few hit batters. Not helping yourself out when you're pitching when you're doing that. But we'll see what she does here with the full count. Payoff pitch on its way. Gets her to swing another one. And Jadalyn doing a great job battling in there, staying alive, fighting off all the pitches she doesn't like, and trying to turn on the one she does.
She is doing a great job. This is a great at-bat. 4 or 5 foul balls.
And this just in, our pitcher for South Sevier. There's a shot. Right center gap, it drops. Steph picks it up, throws it in, and it'll be a double for Jadalyn Swalberg.
Great job by Jadalyn there. Good piece of hitting. She had about 10 pitches in the at-bat. Finally took one to the gap, one hopper to the fence for a stand-up double. Gives South Sevier some life here. She's also the catcher, so they're going to put in a speed-up runner for her. Good effort out there by the center fielder, Sydney Vadrine, who dove out for that ball, but just too well hit for anyone to come up with it. And that'll bring up number 22, Cassidy Hunt, the number 5 hitter for South Sevier, with a runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's the first pitch, up high for ball 1. Here comes the next pitch from Peterson, and it's a fly ball. This one's going right to the right fielder, Nagel, who gets under it, makes the catch. Runner decides to tag. They're going to throw it at third base. There's going to be a play at the bag. The throw was a little off as the runner safely advances to third base with 1 out.
She got a really late jump on it, and the Wildcats weren't paying much attention to it.
Well, I think it's such a late jump that there was no place for Reedhead to throw that ball. She had to go around the runner to throw that ball, and that's why it couldn't be on target. Foul ball right up over our heads for strike one. The batter now, number 3, Kenley Wanless, the third baseman. She popped out, I believe, to second base her first
correct.
time up.
Yes, she did, and we figured out the pitching situation for South Sevier.
So who was that first pitcher?
Courtney Gaylord. We had her down in the book as Brooke, but she is not Brooke. We got the name Brooke from the lineup card they sent us up, but after further investigation from our talented staff up here, we received word that it is Courtney Gaylord who pitched the first few innings before. Oh, and she hits it with the bottom of the bat.
I think she hit it with her fingers. He said dead ball is the
Oh,
field
it hit
umpire.
off of her arm on the way out of the
Her arm,
box.
is that what it was? I guess if it hit her finger, she wouldn't have been running like that, would she have? Hit my fingers, I'd be on the ground.
Yep. And someone's not pleased with the call. We're out and get an explanation.
Well, the Wildcats are in good spirit. I could see the shortstop and third baseman dancing out there on the field.
Might be a little colder outside of our glass little box up
Is
here.
it?
Nice and warm.
I'm sweating up here.
Oh, yeah, it's nice and toasty up here, but out there I can't guarantee it's that warm. Got a lot of sweatshirts, blankets, umbrellas.
Not our cameramen. They're braving the weather, doing a great job. We really appreciate the Wildcat TV crew, Jordan Howe, Tyrell Horrocks, Caleb Sargent, Jex Rummel, Dustin Robertson, bringing you this coverage, all volunteering their time. We appreciate them very much.
Doing
So
a
anyway,
fantastic job.
no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, another foul ball. Runner on third. South Sevier trying to get another run on the board.
And the Wildcats trying to prevent that same thing. Still no balls to Kenley Wanless, and we've thrown 5 pitches. Battling herself into a 0-2 count, and she still chases another one up and out of the zone and fouls it off again. A great battle here between Kenley Wanless and Hannah Peterson.
She's had a couple of those, just getting her pitch count up. You know, Hayden, I've seen a lot of pitchers today. I haven't seen Hannah throw too many change-ups. Like to see her throw that a little bit more.
It's not one of her favorite pitches to throw. There it is.
There it is, just as I say it.
Not her favorite pitch in the repertoire. Usually likes to skip in there. She's been playing a little bit too much cricket or something with that change-up pitch. But there's another one. She's going to call her off. Calls off Desmond, makes the play herself, and retires Kenley after a long battle. 7 pitches, 2 strikes, 1 ball, and the rest foul balls. 2 down as she draws the out. Now up to bat, Jaron Anderson.
So still the runner in scoring position. That's over the outside corner for strike 1.
Jaron last time reached as Hannah hit her right in the hand.
Little high, ball 1. 1-1 is
And
count.
she would scoot across to be the third run for South Sevier of the day. Ooh, gets her to swing through one. Jaron takes a vicious cut, comes up empty. Hannah Peterson with her 1-2 count now. 2 down, runner still left at third, wondering if they're going to get in. Ball up, 2-2. Once again, 2 down. Umpire reminding us 2 balls, 2 strikes. And she drives to right field. That's going to do it. She's going to score a run for the South Sevier Rams.
Good piece of hitting there. Nice line drive shot over the second baseman's head. Just what you need. Go opposite field when there's a runner on third. She did her job, scored the run, now standing safely on first base. Looks like we're going to have a substitution as Desi Wilson goes out to talk to her pitcher as the coach gives the substitution into the home plate umpire, who's, I think the officiating's been a great job so far today. They've done an excellent job. It's tough to do all these games and rotate between fields and on the field, behind the plates.
Looks like we have a hitter. 10 for 14 is what I think I hear coming through that microphone. And we'll look up on 10 and see what we can draw. I think it might be, is that Bailey Carter by chance? I can't remember if she hit earlier in the day and her name was Bailey or if I'm making that up.
I've heard you make some stuff up.
It is
before.
Bailey. I'm going to go with Bailey.
All right.
We'll go Bailey Carter, pinch hitting for Kelsey Peterson. It's the same spot they traded him last time, so
Number 10, Bailey Carter.
we'll call it the same thing. They announce it over the intercom. No one from that fan base looks up and scowls at us, so we must be pretty close to correct on the name.
Well, I think she went off what you told her, so I hope you're right, Hayden.
No pressure, Hayden, but good luck. We've got a 1-1 count to Bailey. Runner on first, 2 outs. 9-4. Oh, and she gives her the spot.
What? Good job by the catcher there.
Dez rolls that one right over the plate. He tosses it back, and he called it.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Got her again. Outside corner, same
Back.
spot.
3. This timeout is brought to you by IHC Intermountain Healthcare in Park City. Make sure if you get hurt or you need do something with the doctor or the hospital, make sure you see them. They do a great job out there in Intermountain Healthcare. We appreciate all they do for South Summit School District. We'll be back in a moment. So I just got a couple updates. I believe it's 5-1. Manti is winning. And I believe Grand is over Gunnison 3-0.
And this might be a little cold weather for Grand coming up here where it's not quite as warm as it usually is down there where they used to.
Number 8, Jadalyn Svalberg.
So up now for the South Summit Wildcats. Looks like the number 9 batter, Sydney Vadreen.
Number 8.
On deck is the top of the order, Natalie Nichols. And Vadreen takes a ball, so it's now 1-1.
1-1 count to Sydney Vadreen.
Sydney laid out, diving for that in that last inning, trying to make a play. Love it to see when these high school players make diving efforts and put everything they got into it, even if they don't come up with it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Right up, back up the middle, off the pitcher, straight to the shortstop, who throws over, takes the first baseman off the bag, and Vadreen safely aboard. I believe that would count as a base hit, as that hit off the pitcher first before the shortstop was able to field it. So Vadreen safely aboard with a single. Wildcats to the top of their order. Natalie Nichols up, gets the call from Coach Bowen, checks her wrist guard, where all the plays are.
I'm guessing he said lay it down and run really fast.
I think you're right.
And it looks like it. And Sydney is going to be hosed at 2.
I think the Wildcats need to stop trying to run because they are getting thrown out. Unfortunately, someone got hurt on the play. I think that was the shortstop. Sydney Vadreen seems pretty concerned. She knows she slid into her pretty hard.
Looks like we have a miscommunication on the sign here.
We're going to take a little time out, make sure this player's okay. We'll be back in a moment. Well, she looks to be okay, the shortstop for South Sevier. Walking slowly back to her position. Sydney's a pretty tough athlete. Be tough to get slid in with her running full force. It's got to hurt anybody.
Sydney had an advantage of wearing a helmet as well. Looked like they might have tagged heads. And Sydney's probably got a better chance of sort of getting out of there with no injury wearing the helmet, where the fielder does not have one.
Also looked like there was a missed call there as the two coaches, first base and third base coach of South Summit, went to talk about it after it happened. We don't know if Sydney was even supposed to steal there. Anyway, here's Nichols. Tries to lay down the bunt, takes a strike.
So it should be a 2-1 count, I believe.
2 balls, 1 strike.
As she was thrown out on the first pitch. I'm not recall. Yep, 2 balls, 1 strike.
9-4 game.
Natalie gets it down. Oh, and it just rolls foul.
Spins foul. A little too much spin on that ball.
Thought she might have popped it up just enough for the third baseman to get in there, but luckily she was at a deeper position to start that play.
So far Nichols has reached on base with 2 infield hits. Trying to get a third right here. Here's the pitch. Ball. That'll go to a full count. 3-2, 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. 9-4 Wildcats over South Sevier. Here comes the payoff pitch. Oh, fouled right off the umpire's head. He takes his helmet off, rubs it off.
Readjusts his mask. They just got crunched. And they step back in there for another payoff pitch. Full count. 1 down. Natalie Nichols is your batter.
And she takes ball 4. So the dangerous Speedy Nichols on first base with 1 down, bringing up Hannah Peterson. Would like to help her cause here. Had a couple more runs on. She's quite capable of doing that. She's got a bunch of home runs on the season.
6, I believe.
6 home runs.
1 earlier today. And Natalie about fell over looking out there. She didn't get a very good jump, so she stays put this time, thinking South Sevier is probably going to go with a pitch out, as she's stolen on the first pitch of the last 2 times she's reached base.
So Lindgren doing a good job pitching here for South Sevier, coming in relief.
Just missing that corner, whether it's, must have been low. He told the pitcher it was a little low there, because it looked good on the angle. 2 balls, no strikes to Hannah Peterson.
There goes Nichols taking off for the bag. She's going to be safely in there as the throw is way behind her. Big difference in the speed of some of these Wildcat runners. Some of them gunned out with a couple feet to go. Some of them on the bag before the throw even gets over the pitcher's mound. So helps to have some speedy players.
Yes, it does. Puts one in scoring position now for Hannah Peterson. Digs in with a 2-1 count. And she takes ball 3 up and in. Right under your chin.
Little chin
3-1 count. 3-1 count.
Runner in scoring position for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch.
Too low for her liking, and she'll walk as well. Top half of the lineup for the Wildcats has been on fire, as they have yet to be retired 1 through 4.
We will see if Coach Bowen puts on the double steal here. I don't know if you need to with McKay Wilson-Hume up to bat, as McKay hits a line drive just foul over the third base bag for strike 1.
Works the first couple innings, but I think after you do it 3 innings in a row, you can see third base is staying at home, ready for the throw.
They are, aren't they?
Even if McKay shows bunt, I imagine the pitcher will probably just take that on her own to try to get the lead runner at third. Ball in the dirt, Natalie goes. Hannah goes as well, awfully late. Natalie's going to score on a pass ball at third. Hannah's going to watch the throw. Sees it go to the pitcher and stays put at second. Natalie Nichols wheels all the way around from second, stealing on the play to third, and then scoring on the pass ball throw from the catcher to third base. Natalie Nichols reaches home for the 3rd time today.
That's the importance of blocking those pitches in the dirt. So Lindgren on the mound, set to deliver the pitch to Wilson-Hume. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. Wilson-Hume swinged and misses for strike 2.
She saw that one right at eye level. Big old meatball. Thought she had a hold of it. Just got away from her. Same thing. Mr. Bowen leans down to make a play. Stops it in his tracks. Third base will toss it back to the pitcher. We'll reset. We have a 1-2 count to McKay Wilson-Hume. Hannah Peterson waiting patiently on second to be moved. And McKay's the girl for the job. And she puts one up in the air. Left field. trying to get under it. It's out of here. Home run, McKay Wilsonhume. As the left fielder falls over the fence. She's up. She's okay. Bring the ball back in for us. Made a great effort. Just came up about 1 foot shy of that ball.
Congratulations.
Boy, what a great effort out there by the left fielder.
Absolutely.
The ball just made it over the fence, just off the end of her glove. Looks like she's hurt a little bit. She's holding her shoulder. The center fielder's calling over for a little bit of help.
It looked like she did go right over. Is she holding that mitt side?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, it looked like she went right over on top of that one. And those fences are so flimsy. They fling you. You fall over soft, and then when you come bounce back up, it throws your feet, kind of launches you. We've had a few of those this season with Sydney Vadrine up at home on our spring fence as well.
Well, the coach going out there to check her out, make sure everything's okay. Talks it over, looks good. So far, the South Summit top of the order, 1 through 4 batters are doing some big damage, as in the first inning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters scored. In the second inning, 1, 2, 3, 4 batters scored. And in the third inning, the 1, 2, and 3 batters scored. So Nichols, Peterson, McKay, Bush, and Reedhead doing a great job of offensive baseball for the Wildcats.
We've had 8 hits out of their
Coming up next, number 18.
from Natalie, Hannah, and McKay. 8 hits.
And 9 at-bats, huh?
Or 6 hits in their 9 at-bats, 2 walks, and 1 reached on an error.
Well, Bush has 2 home runs. She steps up to the plate. I'm sure she's thinking, I want to get my third.
And the pitcher throwing these pitches. Oh, well, we actually had a change in the pitcher.
Nope.
But the pitcher before, when Courtney was throwing to Elise, was throwing the pitch that Elise was liking to hit. A little outside, a little bit higher for her taller stature. Letting her hands get extended to the right side and really pushing it power to the right.
Look at how far that catcher's lined up. They're just intentionally walking her. They might as well have just...
Yeah, they don't want anything to do with her. After she's hit 2 out, you can't blame them. Looks like they're going to just walk her. Catcher's lined up way outside again, and Elise will hustle down, draws the intentional walk. I can't decide whether I really like that as a batter or not. It shows they respect you, but at the same time, you're hot, you want to hit.
If you hit 2 home runs, Hayden, you don't want to walk. You want to sit up there and hit your third.
Absolutely.
Well, that'll bring up Reedhead, who had a home run earlier in the first game.
She reached on a walk, and she reached on a single, and then was later thrown out, stealing second in the second inning. But she has stayed red hot in this state tournament.
The catcher for South Sevier, is that Jadalyn? Is that her name?
Number 8, I believe it is.
Yeah, she's doing a great job behind the plate there. So Reedhead grounds into what could be a double play, and they got her. Double play. Great job by the shortstop to field the ball, tag the second base, fire down to first place to get the third out of the inning. But not before the damage has been done, with a nice home run from McKay Wilsonhume. Puts the Wildcats up top 12-4. This next TV timeout will be brought to you by Wasatch Golf Course. Make sure you come check out the most beautiful public golf course in Utah, if you ask my opinion. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by the well-known mountain and lake courses at Wasatch Mountain State Park. They are consistently ranked among the most popular, affordable, and scenic in Utah. Nationally, Golf Digest rated Wasatch Mountain as one of Utah's best places to play, giving the facility 4.5 out of 5 stars. At an elevation of 6,000 feet in Midway, Utah, golfers enjoy cooler temperatures during summer months. The fall colors in late September to early October are truly a sight to behold. Book your next round of golf at one of Wasatch's iconic courses. Here we are back to Championship 2A softball down in Spanish Fork, Utah. Right now we have South Summit on top of South Sevier at a score of 12-4. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Hannah Peterson pitching, looking to get some score updates. It looks like Manti is on top of Enterprise 7-1. Here's the pitch from Peterson to start off the inning. Called for strike 1. Second pitch from Peterson, right over the middle, just a little low, ball one. So the count moves to 1-1 to number 33, Ashley Mills, who is the center fielder for South Sevier. Peterson, ready to deliver. Up high, ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. The rain has held off pretty well so far in this game. We've been pretty lucky for this tournament, if you ask me, of how bad it's looked all week and what the forecast has been saying. Doesn't look very warm out there, but being from South Sevier and being from South Summit, I'm sure these girls can handle it. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So, another leadoff batsman reaches aboard for South Sevier. It's happened about 3 times so far today against Peterson. That'll bring up back to the top of the lineup, number 4, Chisholm, who has got to third her first time up and scored her second time up. And she hits a rocket foul going left, foul ball.
I just want to look at the one on paper. Loser here drops down to here, right?
And Brielle Chisholm, if I remember earlier, we were looking at the stats, I believe she leads the team with 10 home runs.
I can tell you that.
So there is plenty of power behind Brielle's bat. Batting in the leadoff spot with 10 home runs is pretty impressive.
10 home runs and 11 doubles. That's impressive as well.
There's a lot of pop on the bat here. And she's down 0-2 right now to Hannah.
Kind of someone you'd think be batting 3 or 4, not 1, huh? With 10
you usually
home
like to
runs.
bat your best batter around the 3rd spot. I mean, each team plays it different depending on how their first batter's hit. But normally you put your 3rd hitter as your guy, your girl that usually smashes.
Maybe she's got some great speed, too. That would be a reason to move her up. Yeah. So anyway, South Sevier with a runner on first. The count is 1-2, 12-4 ball game. Wildcats on top. Another ground ball, another good battle here between the pitcher and the batter with no outs. So the games are only going to get better as we move on through this tournament. So far it's been a much more challenging game for the Wildcats, and South Sevier doing a good job battling them. That ball's a little low.
Put a little bit of dirt on it.
For ball 2. So the count's now 2-2. Runner on first. No outs. Top of the order. South Sevier looking to do some damage. And they hit a line foul, long, deep ball, and Vidrine falls over the fence. And that's a home run. Number 11 for this batter, Brielle Chisholm. Great piece of hitting there. Dead center. Good effort by Vidrine, who falls over the fence trying to field it, but that gives 2 more runs on the board for South Sevier, cutting the lead down to 12-6 ball game. No outs will bring up the pitcher, Sammy Lindgren.
Her last at bat, she also poked one over the left side of the fence for a 2-run shot as well.
Next batter, number 11, Sammy Lindgren.
So 4 runs have come on home runs. The other 2 just through the way of softball.
A couple walks have kind of hurt Hannah and the Wildcats.
Struggling with the first couple walks. I believe she has 3 of them already, plus the 2 hit batter. So 5 runners she's given on for free.
A lot of pressure for just a sophomore out here, being one of the best pitchers in the tournament.
And there she draws a strike.
Great learning experience. She's only going to get better and better as time goes on. Here comes the pitch from Peterson. Strike 2. Foul ball, left side of the bag, third base. Had a conversation with Hannah once. I told her I've seen her play a lot of sports, and she's absolutely amazing at all of them, but I think softball is her best sport. I hope she tries to pursue that at the next level. Here's the pitch.
I'm thinking her parents probably do too. They don't want to pay for college, I imagine.
Yeah, well, you would know better than I would. So 2-2. It's going to be a foul ball. Another good battle here.
I'm sure her father would love to see her go play somewhere, so he had something to continue doing because she is the baby of the family.
Is there 5 of them?
There are 5.
You're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, man, you got a lot to take care of the rest of your life, Hayden.
Yes, I do.
No wonder you're not married. I wouldn't get married. You got enough to deal with.
I already got 4 of them. Why would I need one more?
Well, the count is 2-2. 12-6 ball game, no outs. Here comes the pitch. Another foul ball. Great battle up here. The South Sevier batters are doing a great job of battling Hannah here in the box, hitting lots of foul balls. Just raising that pitch count as the game moves on. Here's the pitch. That one's going to go foul. So 4 foul balls in a row here.
This is really when you just try to get your changeup to come alive. But
that's right.
Hannah's not a big fan of her changeup. She has a good one when she has it. When she doesn't have it, she definitely does not have it.
Well, something you can help her with in the backyard.
Yep.
Here comes the pitch. That was a changeup, and that's going to be a fair ball as it goes off the glove of Wolstenhume. Unable to make that play. Runner's going to second. She's in there with a stand-up double. Definitely not an error. That ball was hit very hard. No chance for Wolstenhume to make that play. And so the South Sevier is continuing to make their attack as they put up 2 runs in the inning. Now with another runner at second base with no outs, and that'll bring up the number 3 batter, Courtney Gaylord. Courtney was the one that was pitching earlier, correct?
Yes. She's also the one we've been calling Brooke all day. We apologize for that. Her name is actually Courtney.
Well, that's what it said on the lineup card.
That is correct. We just call them what they give us.
I mean, I don't spell very well, but confusing Brooke with Courtney, I don't think I would make that mistake spelling.
Not too often.
First pitch down low for a ball. So, Hannah steps back to the back of the mound, takes a deep breath. Trying to regroup here. Understands her job she's got to do. Here comes the pitch, and it's a foul ball, strike 1. Jade Snyder coming over to pick that up, throw it back to the pitcher.
We've got no outs, a runner on second, and this is Courtney Gaylord. Hannah with the rise ball, just above the bat of Courtney as she fouls it off the backstop.
So quickly goes ahead, 2 strikes to 1 ball. Needs to find a way to get these batters to give her some ground balls and get some outs. She spins it on her hip like she always does. Here's the pitch. And there's the ground ball right to the second baseman. Fields it and throws her out at first base. The runner advances to third. They try to throw her out over at third, but they call her safe. And so there's 1 away. That'll bring the number 4 hitter, Jadalyn Swalberg. She's the catcher with the golden arm, I could say, as she's thrown out 2 or 3 batters today. 2 or 3 base runners, that is, trying to steal on her.
Now batting number 8, Jadalyn Swalberg. Yes, ma'am.
Here's the pitch. Little inside, ball 1. So South Summit trying to hold on to their 12-6 lead. They don't want to let up any more runs. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman, McKay Wolstenhume, who fakes her out. What a great play. They're going to throw her out at home.
Got her.
What a play by Wolstenhume to fake that throw. And the runner is hurt at home, or she just met herself. I think she's just mad. It looked like she was hurt. But I hope you guys caught that on camera crew, that play was beautifully done by McKay as she fakes the rifle over to first. The runner starts going, turns around, and guns her out at home for the second inning.
Saves the run for Hannah. McKay with an excellent play. Desmond with a great catch and tag at home, blocking the plate. Just like you coach it. Couldn't have turned out any better. Well played by the Wildcat defense.
And I don't even know if you can coach that. I think that's just experience, Hayden. Just doing it enough times to know what's going on, know your surroundings, being able to come out with that key out.
The only coaching there is check the runner at 3, go 1.
That's right.
When she checked the runner at 3, she faked her with a little pump fake and got the runner. Well played. Now Hannah working on another Trying to work that inside corner. He hasn't given to her all day. He's staying consistent.
She needed the umpire from the last game the way she's pitching.
She would be throwing a lot of inside strikes. That is correct. I believe we have a pinch runner out there as well for Jadalyn Swalberg, who's catching. So probably her speed up runner. I don't have a name or a number. I cannot pick it up from here. Looks like 12.
I think it is 12. Well, Hannah behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Needs to get one over the middle. I'm sure they have a take sign on here. As she squares the bunt, she's going to pull back. And that one is called strike 1. So, 3-1. 12-6 ball game. Top of the 4th inning.
And I believe that is Peterson running the bases there.
Strike to the inside corner there.
She'll take that one.
So falling behind 3-0, now has the count to a full count. Payoff pitch coming up here with 2 outs here. And that's ball 4.
Doesn't quite like that one like the other ones.
I think that one might have been a little low.
Yep.
That'll bring up the
Number 3.
runners at first and second. One swing here for Wanless could put South Sevier very much right back in this game. There she stands there, and she did so. Great job by Wanless, as now the Wildcat infield is going. All right, little meeting on the mound there to calm Hannah Peterson's nerves. Don't know if she has nerves. If not nerves of steel, I'm sure she's fine. She'd know that in.
21 has had a target on her today. She got hit by a pitch first one. Strike 1 called on that. Well, over our second baseman's head into right.
Here comes the second pitch. Foul ball, strike 2. See Peterson.
She doesn't like it.
0-2, 2 outs, 12-6 ball game, bases loaded. South Sevier threatening off the mound to urge the umpire. He didn't like it. He called the ball. So number 21 still alive. Jaron Anderson out of play.
Usually the catcher will frame that pitch. Hannah tried to frame it herself as she was jogging for the dugout. Couldn't quite get it. It looked a little inside from up here where we're at. Yes, to make the calls up here in the booth.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit. She's limping down to first base. And Hannah's feelings about that. So does Natalie Nichols. Still in a good position at 12-7 if they can get out of this inning. They can't be feeling too good at this, though.
Wildcats will lead off with Rachel, Dez, and Steph when they get back to the home half of the 4th inning.
So here is number 14, Kelsey. Looks like she'll be batting next. She's letting the batsman hit by the pitch, Jaron Anderson, kind of walk it off a little bit. Peterson on the mound all by herself. Here comes the first pitch. Outside, ball 1.
7 players that have reached for South Sevier, whether it was walk
pitches and 3
4 walks, 3 hit by pitch.
Gotcha. Well, got a ball on the field, timeouts.
Hannah needs a
Here comes the pitch. Ball, strike 1. 1-1.
This girl out looking, and now is it at a 1-1 count? Make that a 2-1 count.
All right side of the plate for Hannah. Probably about 80% of her pitches have been there today. Maybe more.
Agree.
There's another one.
Just not quite catching that, and she's wondering why it's just barely missing over here from our view. 3-1 count.
Change. If
They can't get out of this one. A walk here would probably draw the change, I imagine.
And she swings, gets a little help from the bat of Peterson. It would have been ball force and could not lay off it. Now we're at a full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. South Sevier down by 5 runs. Here's the pitch from Peterson. Foul ball. That'll there.
No relation.
Not one of your distant cousins, huh?
Not that we know of.
Well, the sun shines, and it's going to be a base hit. It's going to score 1 run, 2 runs. And Kelsey Peterson comes through. South Sevier moves the game to 12-9 in the top of the 4th inning. Still 2 runners aboard. Number 3, Ashley Mills.
who reached with a walk earlier in this inning.
So Peterson on the mound. Line drive to right field. The run's going to be waved around to score. Here comes to home. There's a play, and they safe. What a play Cats could do for their thrower out at home, but just not enough. As Nagel hit her cut off, Reed head perfectly, who fires it home to Wollstonhume. But first and second, the coach comes out for the second time. That means there'll have to be a pitching change here. South Sevier back in this game to tying runs aboard. Top of the fourth inning. South Sevier having a huge inning, scoring a bunch of runs on runners aboard that we charged to her name as Natalie Nichols takes over the pitching duties, the senior for South Summit, who pitched the first. The first pitch is fouled hard. So South Sevier, who I'm going to start to call the comeback team, came back first game to win it 9-5, has never made 12-3 deficit, only down by 2 runs, and that ball's called in count. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to work out of this jam. Here comes the pitch. And it's out the runner for the third out of the inning, But not before some major damage has been done. I wonder how many runs were put up that inning. It looks like 2 runs. Back in this ball game, 12-10. This timeout is brought to you by Sam Applenop of Discovery Properties. We'll be back in a moment. Timeout is brought to you by Sam Applenop of Discovery. This timeout is brought to you by Sam Applenop of Discovery Properties. Real estate expert. Help you buy or sell property. Call or text him at 435-901-0720 for all your real estate needs. So here we are at the bottom of the fourth inning. Like for the Wildcats, it looks like Rachel Rydalch will be the starting batter here. Lindgren still pitching. Big inning for South Sevier. The momentum is in there. It's going to take some good offense here by the Wildcats to get the momentum back. Let's see what happens. Here's the first from Lindgren. That's going to be inside, ball 1. So Rydalch, I believe, last fly ball into the outfield, if I can remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Nope, she flied out the first time up, struck out the second time up. So the count moves to 1-1. South Sevier needs to stop that. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 2. So Lindgren, a little bit more calm, talking to her catcher, getting everything straight. The defense is on their toes. Looks like they're all ready. So that brings the count to 3-1. Rydalch is going to look for something that she likes. If she doesn't like it, I'm sure she'll lay off it on the 3-1 count. Wildcats base runners up high, batter aboard for South Summit. And that'll bring up the catcher, Desi Wollstonhume, on the on-deck circle.
Not our fastest part of the lineup, Jeremy.
Well, you know it takes care of speed. You know.
And we do have a little bit of power down here. A few home this season.
She has.
Desmond's usually good for a nice line drive.
Deep out of here. You could kiss one shot. Desi Wolstenhume, the catcher of the South Summit Wildcats, changes though met one swing of that, and now the Wildcats will have a 4-run lead. 14-10. Coach Bowen walking happy that happened, but still wanting more, as every coach would.
On command power. Desmond really coming through. Helps Zach's hit first inning to give an RBI. And then she picks up 2 more with that hit. So she's got a sacrifice, a single, and batting really well.
And keep the momentum going here for South Summit. She takes a big swing for strike 1.
Like I said, she may look coming through there.
Yeah.
And you make contact with a hard pitcher. Pitcher makes a little bit of contact, and it might be enough.
Well, she grounds into the first out of the inning as it goes to short stage with a nice rifle over there. But that'll bring up number 8, Sydney Vadrine.
Sydney drew one right back up the middle. Had a throw on it, and she was called safe at first. And her first up, she hit a pop fly to the left fielder. This time she's going to try the second baseman. And that that has been red hot for the Wildcats this game.
Well, let's see what the top of the lineup can do with 2 outs. So, some 10 ball game, bottom of the 4th, 2 down. Number 1 batter, Natalie Nichols, is up. We're going to look for her to just make contact in the infield like she usually does. And here she makes contact. She's safe. Oh, and she's going to be able to advance to another base because the right fielder very wisely backs up the throw there to stop Natalie from taking advantage of the errant.
To walk. You can't ask for much more from your leadoff hitter.
That's right. 3
And
stolen
now
bases, too.
The walk, a single, a double, and her walk. We'll see what she can draw right here.
Pitcher calls off the first 2 pitches. And Peterson hits in the second baseman, right to the center fielder. Nichols moves over to the third, and now the Wildcats are threatening to score 2 outs as last time she was up, hit a bomb over the left field fence for a home run. Let's see what McKay can do here as Kine over to Peterson with the first and third situation. Throwing the arm of the catcher behind the plate, who's already thrown out a bunch of runners. Here comes the pitch.
The fastest runners just to throw a pitch out, and it actually gets called for a strike there. No need to run, Hannah, with the way McKay's been hitting the ball here.
And McKay does put it in play. Nice line drive where the third baseman's going to score a run. Peterson moves safely to second. And the top of the lineup for the Wildcats continues as all 3 of them have reached on base safely all 4 times they've been up in the last 4 innings. Bring up Elise Bush, who was intentionally walked her last at bat. 2 home runs in her first. Cats put a couple more runs on the board. Here's the first pitch.
And she does.
Hits a bomb.
3 second game. She is going to be so full from eating all these hot dog home runs.
You see Coach Bowen out there pumping her up, giving her that you are. Great job by the sophomore Elise Bush hitting in the number 4 spot. 3 home runs, 1 intentional walk, a whole ton of RBIs, and the Wild quickly here. As South Sevier put up 6 runs, the Wildcats come back and put up 6 themselves.
Even in Cody Bowen playing low pitch old man softball, he's not asking his cleanup hitter to hit in a row. Even when you're seeing that 12-foot arc, that is something else.
This is exciting softball, folks. You love to see big offense runs put up in this inning for both teams.
She's seen 9 pitches, including the 4 automatic ball pitch out. And
seriously, 5 pitches and 3 for 5 on pitches to hit home runs. That's amazing.
Yeah, she saw
and
one
that's
ball.
All she gets is a couple of hot dogs.
Well, she's going to have enough hot dogs to last her for the rest of the tournament. Yeah, 1 for each sibling she and a parent. And now we're at Taylor Reedhead stepping back into the box here. 1-1 count, 2 down. Taylor watches the ball just a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Elise Bush with another 3-run shot.
There's a nice little chopper to third base. It's hit pretty softly. She has a chance to beat it out, and she does.
Just quick enough.
As Reedhead continues the pattern for the top of the lineup to produce.
Reedhead's been retired 1 time this entire tournament. It was the last inning with a double play ball.
So the first 5 batters for South Summit, I know we keep saying it, the first 5 batters have reached, let's see, 5 times 4, 20, have reached 17 out of 20 attempts. Am I correct there?
No, I believe it's even more than that. They only got out on the double play
just
ball.
the 2 right
Taylor
there, huh?
Reedhead, just 1 time.
So
19 for 20. batting an unreal percentage in
19 for
softball.
20 on the first.
There was a couple. There wasn't one error in there, so it'd be 18 for 19.
Wow.
But you've drawn 1, 2, 3 walks, and the rest have been hits. You have 3 home runs from Elise Bush, 1 from McKay, 3 singles from Natalie Nichols, a double, 2 singles from Hannah Peterson, a walk from Hannah, a walk from Natalie. McKay's got a single and 2
There's
singles and a
another
home
hard
run.
shot, but right to the center fielder for the third out of the inning. She makes the catch, but not before the damage is done, as Hayden's telling us about this offensive power that the top of this lineup the Wildcats have. It is now an 18-10 ball game going into the top of the 5th inning. This timeout is brought to you by All West Communications, who allow us to do Wildcat TV, Channel 36, South Summit TV. We appreciate all you guys do for us. Hopefully we are entertaining the community. We'll be back in a moment. All right, here we are back to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning. Natalie Nichols now on the mound. She came in for Hannah Peterson in the last inning, got the last out, and her first batter she faced. Let's see if she can continue getting outs here for the Wildcats. Here's the first pitch to number 11. Sorry, I didn't see who that was. Sammy Lindgren, the pitcher. Ball 1. And she hits the batter. Ball. That ball hit off the end of the bat. What happened there?
I believe that one just bounced off the dirt.
Is that it?
She looked like she was going to stand there and take it off the foot, but then it
did look
bounced
that
right
way.
over her feet.
It bounced over her feet, huh?
We'll take it, though, because we've given enough free bases as it is today.
So ball 2. There's a nice hit right to the front of the catcher, who tries to throw her out. And they called a dead ball. It looks like it hit the batter's leg.
Yep.
So that'll just be a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike.
Kicked that one right into play, right where you want it.
18-10 ball game. Wildcats on top. South Sevier doing a great job of getting back into this game. Only to fall further behind right after. We'll see if they can get a rally going again.
What a change-up.
Change-up. That was filthy by Natalie Nichols.
And I believe Sammy Lindgren was thinking the same thing. Good pitch.
I would have missed that 3 times.
And we did, because we only had 2 strikes, or 1 strike on her, but she had 2. So there we are.
Next batter, number 2, Courtney Gaylord.
Courtney Gaylord, the starting pitcher for South Sevier, who was relieved by Miss Lindgren, is now up to bat.
Take strike 1.
Fouls off strike 2.
So good job by Nichols here to show a little senior leadership coming into this game, trying to help her team out. She's faced 2 batters, gotten 2 outs.
And Natalie and Hannah have been helping each other out all year long. They've been doing a great job. They're a great 1-2 combo. Ton of different pitches between the 2 of them. You get one windup of straight power in Hannah, and you get Natalie, who can hit just about any spot you want her to, with excellent control, and then that changeup that we saw.
Wonder if she'll try and walk on at SUU. There's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Peterson fields it cleanly, fires over to first base for the 2nd out of the inning.
And sits on it just like he's taught. Makes a great play over to Snyder, who squeezes it for the out and then throws it around with the rest of her Wildcat infielders.
So 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning.
Next batter, number 8, Jalen Swain. Swalberg.
That'll bring up the catcher, Jadalyn Swalberg, who's had a pretty good game so far, offensively and defensively. Here comes the pitch from this, and that's right down the pipe. Strike one.
Hannah was telling me she'll be playing shortstop for our co-ed team because she plays it better than I do. And I said, well, yeah, you probably do. So she keeps proving her point. I'm going to have to let her.
Well, don't get her hurt out there. There's another grounder to the shortstop. She bobbles a little bit, picks it up, fires over to first, still able to get the runner for the third out of the inning. Very efficient inning by the senior Natalie Nichols. And we will take this TV timeout, brought to you by IHC Intermountain Healthcare. Thanks for all you do for South Summit School Districts. All right, now we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. We are starting off with, looks like, Desmond Wolstenhume, who hit a home run in the last inning to get the offense started for the Wildcats. This is right where we started the lineup in the last inning, I believe.
We started up at Rachel, and
right?
then Desmond crushed one over the left field line for the home run.
So the fans cheering on Desi to hit a line drive. I could hear it from up here. And she does hit another towering shot. Long goodbye over the right field fence. Last one over left field. This one over right field. And Desi Wolstenhume back-to-back home runs to keep the Wildcat offense being powered up and keep the attack on. It is now a 19-10 ball game.
One more run, I'll call it. Coach Bowen going to have a tough time leaving Desmond out of the lineup, as she was just subbing in for the senior Tyler James.
I agree. That's tough calls as coaches. You got to make those calls. You got to do what's best for the team.
Desmond's 3 for 3, a single, 2 home runs, and a sacrifice infield hit.
Wow.
All the help you can ask for from the bottom half of your lineup as Stephanie Nagel fouls one off over the first base dugout into the crowd on the fan base on field 4. Everyone's okay. We got our ball boy on it. And we will continue to pitch number 2 to Stephanie Nagel down 0-1.
I didn't know we had a ball boy.
Yep, I think we just hired that one.
Hey, give him a raise.
Except he might be taking the ball with him. Hey, we want that back.
Look what I found, Mom.
Take it.
I got a game ball.
Nope, someone has directed him to the ball shuttle. He's going to drop it off on his way there.
Not the Major Leagues, huh?
1-2. I don't think we could steal that many. We'd probably be out of balls if we let him have them.
That's right.
Pardon me, 2-1 count for Stephanie Nagel, not 1-2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Up high, ball 2.
Ball 3.
Ball 3.
Yep.
That's what you just said. So Nagel would like to reach here, get a little hit, get a little confidence going in her batting, and she does hit it. Unfortunately, it's a soft grounder right to the shortstop, who guns her out at first base for the first out of the inning. I think that's about what happened to her last time she was up.
She hit the same spot, same result, same first out of the inning.
And that'll bring up Sydney Padrine, who also made an out last inning.
She popped out to the second baseman in the last inning, popped out to the left fielder in the first inning, and hit a base hit up the middle in the third inning.
First pitch high for ball 1.
1 for 3, chasing another base hit here. We'll see what she can do.
But after that second out in the last inning, we got back to the bottom of the lineup, and South Summit poured on the offense pretty heavily.
They've been doing a great job. The top half of the lineup, you can't complain with their results. If you are, I don't know what you're watching. Not much you can do better than
complaining, then you're a South Sevier fan, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Here comes the pitch from Lindgren. And that's going to be a base hit between the gap between first and second baseman as she safely reaches aboard. Good job there. And that'll bring up Natalie Nichols with Vidrine on first base. Both the first and the second baseman, maybe that's what you were going to say, were trying to dive for the ball. They made a great effort.
Just outside of the reach of both players. Natalie pops one up. Ooh, catcher makes a diving effort. Does not quite get there. Foul ball. No damage done. Runner still at first. One out. And Natalie has a strike on her.
You're starting to know how I feel when I announce the games with Coach Bo and Hayden. You just can never find time to get any words in.
Well, I've had plenty of words.
Well, that's the ball. 1-1.
Sometimes you just find an opportunity and just keep going and going and going, and look over 4 minutes later and your partner's over grabbing a drink or he's sleeping. And you just never know.
Hey, stop telling everybody what I've been doing.
Oh.
That is a foul ball for a strike. So the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first. 18-10 ball game. Wildcats need to put 1 more. Is it a 9-run?
1 more or it'll be 10. Yep. We've got 19 on the board now, I believe.
19 on the board. Okay.
And we need.
Oh, that's too bad for Nichols as she hits it. Oh, but he's going to get by an errant throw from the pitcher. Now there's going to be a play at third base, and she is safe, and Nichols safely takes second. That is too bad as Natalie Nichols field a ground ball right back to the pitcher who had the lead runner and just made an errant throw. But Natalie once again safely aboard, finding a way. Wildcats 2 runners in scoring position. Hannah Peterson would like nothing more than to end today with a good note with 1 bat. Let's see what number 10 can do.
Natalie gives her the sign, tells her it's going to be inside. Pitch ends up a little bit outside. Natalie ended the game, the first game, with a little base hit right at the middle, 2-run shot with 3 RBIs. And Hannah wants to do the same thing here in the second game. She watches one.
Ball 2.
A walk doesn't hurt here because you have McKay coming up, who has been just as hot as anyone else in the top half of the lineup.
Well, Hannah's going to be looking for her pitch right here. Here it comes. And she sees it and she swings, and it's going to be a base hit in the gap. That should do it, folks. She knocks in the run, and the winning run has scored. The game is over. Peterson with a walk-off base hit.